So this morning, we're remembering the life of George Foreman.
That's right. The two-time heavyweight champion and pitchman for the Foreman Grill died yesterday at 76 years.
The video they never wanted you to see has finally surfaced. Grainy, chilling, and undeniable, this footage reveals shocking moments from the final hours of a boxing legend's life. George Foreman, renowned for his strength and gentle spirit, is caught in a heated confrontation that defies the peaceful narrative his passing was once believed to be. What unfolds on camera is not merely a farewell, but an eerie, inexplicable twist that challenges everything we thought we knew. Once you witness these moments, there is no turning back. For decades, the world believed that George Foreman's final chapter was written in quiet dignity, the natural end of an extraordinary journey. The narrative of his life had been one of triumph, perseverance, and an unyielding spirit that transcended the boxing ring. Yet recent developments have shattered this comforting story. A newly leaked, never-before-seen video has emerged, throwing into stark relief the hidden complexities of Foreman's last hours. The footage, captured on a grainy camera and time-stamped mere hours before his death, depicts a scene that is as perplexing as it is disturbing. In the video, Foreman is seen engaged in a heated confrontation with an unidentified figure in what appears to be a private meeting. His tone is fierce, his words laced with urgency, and his body language exudes a defiant determination that is wholly out of character for a man expected to be on the brink of a peaceful departure. In one of the most startling moments captured, Foreman is heard slamming his fist onto a table with an intensity that reverberates through the screen. His voice rings out as he declares, "I'm not backing down. They think they can silence me? They're wrong." This brief but potent statement resonates with a force that suggests a deeper struggle, a battle not just of physical might, but of ideals and secrets too dangerous to expose. Mere moments after this powerful declaration, the footage abruptly cuts to black, leaving viewers in a state of suspended shock. When the camera resumes, it reveals a shocking transformation. Foreman, once the epitome of vigor and vitality, is now slumped over, unresponsive, as if the very life had been abruptly extinguished from within him. This unsettling progression has prompted intense scrutiny from forensic video analysts and medical experts alike. One respected forensic analyst, after examining the footage, remarked on the unsettling nature of the edit. The abrupt shift from a man visibly engaged in a confrontation to a state of lifeless collapse defies any natural explanation. The way the footage cuts, the sudden change in his condition, none of this adds up. This wasn't natural, the analyst explained. According to him, the missing minutes between Foreman's animated confrontation and his subsequent collapse suggest that something inexplicable occurred during that brief window. It is as if an unseen force or event intervened, leaving behind a mystery that now hangs over the legacy of the boxing icon. Rumors have swirled around this video ever since it surfaced, and one of the most compelling and troubling elements of the story is the disappearance of a key witness. Security guard, who was reportedly present on the night of the incident, has been cited in multiple accounts as having seen events that the footage fails to capture. This guard, whose identity remains shrouded in secrecy, was initially forthcoming, with details that lent credence to the possibility of foul play. However, when reporters attempted to follow up with him, he refused to speak publicly, and then, in a development that only deepened the mystery, he vanished without a trace. His family later stated that he had gone into hiding, his sudden disappearance prompting whispers that there may be forces at work determined to keep the truth buried. A private investigator involved in the case noted, "This guy knew too much. He was scared, and now he's gone." That's not a coincidence. His silence has only fueled suspicions, suggesting that the events of that night might have been part of a larger, more sinister plan. Medical experts have also weighed in on the circumstances surrounding Foreman's demise, questioning the official narrative that attributed his death to natural causes, specifically heart failure. In the leaked footage, there are no clear signs of the typical symptoms one would expect during a cardiac event. No gasping for breath, no visible clutching of the chest, no evident struggle. Instead, Foreman's collapse is abrupt, leaving even the most seasoned medical professionals perplexed. A renowned cardiologist, after reviewing the video, stated, "This isn't how cardiac arrest presents. If it were his heart failing, we would see clear symptoms, indicators that something was amiss in his physical state. There's something else going on here." The cardiologist's analysis points toward a possibility that the circumstances surrounding Foreman's final moments might have involved an external factor, one that diverges sharply from the accepted narrative of a natural death. Adding another layer of intrigue to the unfolding mystery is the fact that in his later years, Foreman had become increasingly outspoken about corruption and unethical practices in the world of sports. He had hinted at compiling a tell-all exposé that would reveal the dark underbelly of the industry, a project that many believed would have shaken the foundations of the sport. Yet mere weeks before his death, plans for the publication of this explosive manuscript inexplicably came to an abrupt halt. A publishing insider revealed in a hushed tone the manuscript vanished. His editor was pressured to drop the project. Someone didn't want that story told. Such a sudden stoppage, coming on the heels of his passionate statements about exposing corruption, raises the possibility that Foreman's outspokenness might have led to him becoming entangled in forces much larger than himself, forces that may have been intent on silencing his revelations permanently. Beyond the personal and professional ramifications, there is also a financial dimension to the story that cannot be ignored. Foreman's empire, built over decades, encompassed lucrative endorsements, media deals, and a highly successful line of grills that made him a household name and a multimillionaire. Behind the scenes, however, there were ongoing disputes over rights, ownership, and control of his various business interests, a tangled web of financial stakes that some experts believe might have provided a motive for the cover-up. A financial analyst who studied the intricate details of Foreman's estate commented, "The timing is suspicious. Key contracts were up for renewal. Certain parties stood to gain an enormous amount of money if Foreman were removed from the picture." In this light, his death appears not just as an unfortunate incident, but as a potentially orchestrated event with the motive of consolidating wealth and control in the hands of powerful, shadowy figures. The fallout from the leaked footage has been nothing short of explosive. Within hours of its appearance online, social media platforms erupted with a torrent of reactions. Outraged posts, fervent discussions, and conspiracy theories proliferated across the internet. Fans of the late boxing, legend conspiracy theorists, and even some mainstream journalists have joined forces in demanding answers. One viral message that quickly gained traction read, "They killed George Foreman, and they thought they'd get away with it." The digital realm has become a battlefield of theories and accusations, with a digital forensics expert noting that the speed at which the video is spreading suggests that this is a story that is poised to change everything. The expert stated, "The video is spreading too fast to contain. This is the kind of story that, once it takes hold, leaves no room for silence or denial." The overwhelming response from the online community reflects a collective desire for transparency and justice, a clarion call for the truth to finally be revealed, no matter how deeply it has been buried. Amid the uproar, the silence from Foreman's family has only added to the air of mystery and suspicion. In the wake of his passing, Foreman's children issued a brief, carefully worded tribute that, while respectful, left many questions unanswered. There have been no follow-up interviews, no public statements to clarify the family's stance on the new revelations, and whispers in the media suggest that they may be under legal gag orders. A close family friend, speaking on condition of anonymity, confided, "They're terrified. They know the truth, but speaking out is a risk they simply can't take." This enforced silence has fueled further speculation that the family may be in a position where even their own words could jeopardize a larger, hidden narrative that is being systematically suppressed. As the shockwaves of this revelation continue to reverberate across the world of sports and beyond, authorities have begun to take notice. Lawmakers, spurred by mounting public pressure, are now calling for a formal inquiry into the events surrounding Foreman's death. Key evidence, including the controversial footage, is being subpoenaed as investigators scramble to piece together what truly happened on that fateful night. A high-ranking official involved in the investigation warned in a solemn tone, "This is bigger than boxing, bigger than money. This is about justice, and it's coming." Such statements underscore the gravity of the situation, a case that, if proven to be more than a tragic accident, could have far-reaching implications for not only the legacy of George Foreman, but also for the integrity of an industry that has long been revered for its larger-than-life personalities and epic showdowns. The emerging narrative is one of contradiction and complexity, a tale that weaves together elements of personal defiance, corporate intrigue, and a potential cover-up that has left an indelible mark on the public consciousness. In a rare moment of introspection, an analyst reflecting on Foreman's life stated, "He was a fighter both in and out of the ring. His courage, his willingness to speak truth to power, and his relentless drive to make a difference are what defined him. That same drive, however, may have made him a target. These words capture the bittersweet reality of a man whose legacy is now being reassessed in light of new evidence, evidence that challenges the conventional wisdom that has long surrounded his passing. In interviews conducted by independent journalists, several witnesses and insiders have come forward with their own accounts of that tumultuous night. One such account comes from a longtime associate who had worked closely with Foreman for many years. This associate recalled an atmosphere thick with tension and unspoken fears, a meeting that had taken on an almost surreal quality. There was something in the air that night, the associate revealed. George was agitated, more than I had ever seen him. He was fighting not just for his reputation, but for the truth. He knew that what he was about to expose would shake the very foundations of everything we thought we knew about the industry. Such testimonies lend a human face to the tragedy, a face marked by determination, vulnerability, and the burden of secrets too heavy to bear. The leaked footage, with its abrupt transitions and enigmatic gaps, remains a puzzle that defies easy explanation. Every frame, every whispered word in the background, invites endless speculation about the true nature of the events that transpired. Critics have argued that the technical anomalies in the video point to deliberate tampering, a calculated effort to obscure the reality of what happened. Others insist that the inconsistencies are a natural result of the chaotic environment in which the footage was captured. Yet, the consensus among many experts is that the evidence does not align with a simple narrative of natural death. Instead, it hints at an intervention, a moment where the course of events was altered by forces unknown and unaccountable. As the investigation deepens, new revelations continue to emerge. Documents obtained from confidential sources suggest that key contracts and financial agreements involving Foreman were set to expire at the time of his death. This timing, viewed by some as more than mere coincidence, has led to heated debates about the potential motives behind the alleged cover-up. A seasoned financial analyst, after a thorough review of the records, stated, "When you look at the numbers, the stakes were astronomical. There were significant financial interest at play, interest that could stand to benefit immensely from Foreman's sudden departure. These revelations add a layer of economic intrigue to an already convoluted case, painting a picture of a world where money and power can sometimes be the ultimate arbiters of fate." In the days following the initial leak, the digital landscape has been inundated with theories, speculations, and demands for accountability. Social media channels, online forums, and even mainstream news outlets have dedicated extensive coverage to unraveling the mystery. Every new piece of information is scrutinized. Every discrepancy is debated with a fervor that mirrors the passion of boxing itself. The internet has become a veritable cauldron of dissent, where every comment, every post, serves as both a cry for truth and a warning to those who might wish to silence dissenting voices. "They thought they could hide the truth forever," one impassioned post declared, echoing the sentiment of countless others who believe that what is being concealed is of monumental importance. Amidst the clamor of voices demanding transparency, the pressure on government officials and investigative authorities continues to mount. Lawmakers, recognizing that this case transcends the realm of sports and touches on broader issues of justice and accountability, are mobilizing efforts to ensure that the full truth is uncovered. In a rare display of bipartisan support, several key figures in government have called for an independent inquiry, emphasizing that the interests of justice must prevail over any attempts to shield powerful entities from scrutiny. The message from these officials is unequivocal. The era of unchecked secrecy and silent cover-ups is drawing to a close, and the truth, however unsettling, will eventually come to light. As the inquiry gathers momentum, insiders close to the investigation have begun to reveal tantalizing details that suggest this case may be far more expansive than anyone had previously imagined. Rumors abound of additional footage, hidden documents, and testimonies that have yet to be made public. Each new revelation promises to add another layer to the unfolding mystery, a mystery that now looms as one of the most significant scandals in recent memory. The chilling possibility that Foreman's death was not a solitary incident, but part of a broader pattern of manipulation and deceit, sends shockwaves through every corner of the boxing community and beyond. In a reflective moment during a recent interview, an investigative journalist mused on the broader implications of the case. "This isn't just about one man's death," she observed. "It's about a system that has long operated in the shadows, where the truth is obscured by layers of bureaucracy, financial interests, and sheer intimidation." George Foreman was a beacon of honesty in a world that often rewards silence. His final moments, captured on that grainy video, may be the catalyst for a reckoning that changes everything. Her words encapsulate the collective hope that, despite the darkness that now shrouds this tragedy, a new dawn of accountability is on the horizon. The echoes of that fateful night continue to reverberate in the hearts and minds of those who witnessed, or have since learned of, the events that transpired. In a quiet, somber tone, one witness recalled, "I still hear his voice, that determined voice that refused to be silenced. It is a sound that will haunt me until I know the truth." Such poignant reflections serve as a reminder that behind the sensational headlines and the rapid-fire exchange of theories, there remains a deeply human story. A story of a man who fought not only in the ring, but against the forces that sought to bury his voice forever. In the coming weeks, as investigators sift through the evidence and piece together the fragmented narrative of that night, the world watches with bated breath. Every new development is met with a mixture of hope and dread, as the possibility of unearthing a truth long hidden from public view looms large. There is an almost palpable sense of anticipation, a collective realization that the events captured in the leaked footage could very well redefine not only the legacy of George Foreman, but also the very nature of accountability in our time. While the investigation continues, those closest to Foreman's memory are urging caution and respect. Friends and former colleagues have come forward to remind the public of the man behind the myth, a man who, despite the controversies that now surround his final moments, remains an icon of courage and perseverance. He was more than the sum of his struggles, one longtime friend stated. He embodied the spirit of a champion, both in and out of the ring. Whatever the truth may be, his legacy is one of inspiration and strength. These heartfelt sentiments offer a counterpoint to the rampant speculation, grounding the narrative in the enduring human qualities that defined Foreman's life. As new evidence surfaces and the inquiry delves deeper into the murky waters of conspiracy and cover-up, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The quest for truth is an arduous one, fraught with obstacles both visible and hidden. The layers of deception that have been built up over decades do not yield easily to those who seek to unravel them. Yet, there is a growing conviction among investigators, journalists, and concerned citizens alike that the truth will ultimately prevail. The journey toward clarity is not without its risks, but it is a journey that must be undertaken if justice is to be served. In a recent statement that has since sparked further debate, a senior investigator remarked, "We are uncovering a tapestry of secrets that span years, perhaps decades. Every piece of evidence, every whispered rumor is part of a larger narrative that the powers that be have desperately tried to keep hidden. The truth is there, waiting to be revealed, and it will not be silenced." This resolute determination to pursue every lead, no matter how dangerous or unsettling, has galvanized a community of truth seekers who believe that the legacy of George Foreman and the integrity of an entire industry depends on it. At its core, this unfolding saga is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, the relentless drive to seek justice in the face of overwhelming odds. It is a reminder that even when the forces of secrecy and intimidation seem insurmountable, there are always those willing to stand up, to speak out, and to demand that the truth be heard. The leaked footage, with all its chilling implications, may have been the spark that ignited a fire of accountability, a fire that, once kindled, will illuminate the darkest corners of a story that has long been shrouded in mystery. As we stand at this critical juncture, it is impossible not to reflect on the broader implications of what has been revealed. This is not merely a story about a single night or even about one man's death. It is a story that touches on issues of power, responsibility, and the inescapable consequences of a life lived in the relentless pursuit of truth and justice. The legacy of George Foreman, once defined solely by his inimitable prowess in the boxing ring, now takes on a new dimension, a legacy that is inextricably linked to a mystery that has captivated the world and challenged us all to look beyond the surface. In the end, the leaked video stands as a stark, unyielding reminder that history is never as simple as it seems. What was once believed to be a quiet, dignified passing has now been transformed into a narrative rife with contradictions, unanswered questions, and the haunting specter of a cover-up that defies comprehension. For those who loved George Foreman, for those who admired his strength and integrity, the truth behind that fateful night is not just a matter of public record, it is a matter of the soul, a call to uncover the hidden forces that shape our lives in ways we are only beginning to understand. As the investigation presses on and new witnesses prepare to step forward, the world waits in a state of anxious anticipation. Each day brings with it the hope that the next piece of the puzzle will finally unlock the secrets of that night, that the veil of silence will be lifted, and that the truth, no matter how shocking, will emerge into the light. And as we prepare to face that truth, we are reminded that in the relentless pursuit of justice, no stone can remain unturned, no whisper of doubt unchallenged. The journey toward understanding the full scope of what happened in those final hours is far from over. It is a journey that will take us deep into the heart of a mystery that is as complex as it is deeply personal, a mystery that forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about the nature of power, the cost of ambition, and the lengths to which those who hold influence will go to protect their secrets. In this struggle, every voice matters, every testimony is a step closer to the truth, and every revelation brings us closer to a future where the legacy of a beloved icon can be honored with the dignity and respect it deserves. In this extraordinary moment of reckoning, as the layers of deception are slowly peeled back, we are left to wonder what the ultimate price of truth will be. Will the forces behind the cover-up be exposed, or will they continue to operate in the shadows, untouched by the light of accountability? The answer, as elusive as it may be, lies in the hands of those brave enough to pursue it, those willing to risk everything in the name of justice. And for the millions of fans who have long revered George Foreman, this is not just a story. It is a call to action, a demand that the legacy of a man who gave so much be allowed to speak for itself. As we await the next chapter in this unfolding drama, one thing is clear: the story of George Foreman's final moments, as revealed by this shocking, never-before-seen footage, is destined to change everything. It challenges our perceptions of what we thought we knew about his life, his death, and the forces that shaped his extraordinary journey. And in doing so, it forces us to confront a deeper truth, that the quest for truth is a battle that never truly ends, a fight that, no matter how long it takes, must always be waged in the name of those who have been silenced. In the end, the legacy of this video, the legacy of this case, will not be defined solely by the revelations it has brought to light, but by the enduring spirit of inquiry and the unwavering determination of those who believe that no truth should ever remain hidden. It is a legacy that challenges us to look beyond the sensational headlines, to see the human stories at the heart of every mystery, and to honor the memory of a man whose life, like his final moments, defies easy explanation. The Tiwa journey ahead is fraught with uncertainty, but it is a journey we must undertake, for in the pursuit of truth lies the promise of a future where justice prevails. The unfolding investigation serves as both a tribute to the resilience of the human spirit and a stark warning to those who believe that power and money can forever silence the truth. It is a call to all of us to remain vigilant, to demand accountability from those who would manipulate history for their own gain, and to ensure that the legacy of legends like George Foreman is preserved not in hushed whispers and half-truths, but in the unyielding light of honesty and integrity. As we stand on the precipice of what may be the most significant breakthrough in this case, the world watches with bated breath. Every new piece of evidence, every eyewitness account, every carefully guarded secret that is finally brought into the open, adds to a tapestry of truth that has been decades in the making. And though the path ahead may be uncertain, and the revelations that await us are as daunting as they are profound, one thing remains certain: the truth, once uncovered, will forever change the way we remember and honor the legacy of one of boxing's greatest icons. In this pivotal moment, as the echoes of that long-suppressed footage reverberate across the globe, we are reminded that history is not set in stone. It is a living, breathing narrative, continuously rewritten by those brave enough to challenge the established order. The leaked video of George Foreman's final hours is not merely a relic of the past. It is a harbinger of change, a catalyst for a reckoning that will redefine the boundaries of truth and justice. And as the full story slowly comes to light, it will undoubtedly leave an indelible mark on the annals of history, forever altering the way we view the intersection of fame, power, and accountability. In the coming days and weeks, as investigators, journalists, and concerned citizens continue to piece together the fragments of that fateful night, the world will be watching, questioning, and demanding answers. The pursuit of truth, as arduous as it may be, is one that cannot be denied, and the legacy of George Foreman will be honored not by silence, but by a relentless quest to expose every hidden detail. It is a journey that calls on each of us to remain curious, to never accept a narrative at face value, and to always hold fast to the belief that every story, no matter how deeply buried, deserves to be told. The leaked footage may have altered the course of history, but it is the courage of those who dare to seek out the truth that will ultimately determine the legacy of a man who once stood as a symbol of strength, resilience, and unwavering determination. As we await further revelations and prepare for the inevitable impact of this monumental case, one truth remains certain: the story of George Foreman's final moments is far from over, and its echoes will continue to inspire, challenge, and transform the world of sports and beyond for generations to come.